This is a video made for the YouTubers of the month on the Sayobo channel.
Alright, y'all. They ain't ready for this. Let's show them who's boss, baby.
Hey guys, it's me, J Dynamite, here with another video for you guys. This is NBA 2K16 PS3, my career, Jose Delgado. Now, here's the question, and this is the question of the day, and please let me know in the comment section what's your opinion about, what I'm about to talk. The question is, should the Knicks build around Kristaps Porzingis? And here's my opinion of it. I think that the Knicks should build around Kristaps Porzingis because they have a brighter future ahead of them by building the team around Kristaps Porzingis than the future that they would have if they continue to build around Carmelo Anthony. Now, no doubt the Knicks are gonna try to go on a different system compared to previous years. They're gonna try to go on a triangle system, and you're gonna need a lot of movement when it comes to the triangle system. And it's gonna be not just about one player, but it's gonna be about how the team as a whole can distribute the ball, and share the rock. And Carmelo Anthony is not exactly that kind of player who would be able to make 4 assists per game on a regular basis. I mean, he can do it, but he's more of a shooter than anything else. And yeah, and the Knicks should probably go in another direction at this point. I'm not saying Carmelo Anthony. I'm not saying that the Knicks should release or trade Carmelo Anthony, but it might be time to move on with other things in order for the Knicks to, to at least get to the playoffs and get to a second round. But anyways, Kristaps Porzingis, he has done a huge impact for the Knicks this year. I mean, they already improved their record from what was last year's disaster, and they have a chance to get to at least 30 wins before the end of the season. So they're at least going in the right direction when it comes to improvements. Now what can you do? I mean, do you think it's a good idea that the Knicks build around Kristaps Porzingis? Because I actually do think they're actually better off building around Kristaps Porzingis than Carmelo Anthony. And the reason is because Carmelo Anthony is in his 30s. With Carmelo, you gotta think short term, and the short term is, well, he's gonna be looking for a championship, and if things don't work things don't work out in New York when his contract is up, he's gonna be looking to go into a team that can bring him a championship. He could go, to Oklahoma City or LA with the Clippers or Lakers if they find a way to get back into playoff contention at any point, before the end of his contract. Anything is possible at this point, but Kristaps, the Knicks have a better chance at success if they build around Kristaps Porzingis. Now, what impact has he brought to Knicks this season? Well, I already talked about that, but I'm gonna keep on going into the subject. Well, last year they were 17-65, and the season's not over yet this time around, and they already have around 20 wins, a little more around that area. And this team can at least get to 30 wins before the end of the season. I mean, an improvement from what was last year. I mean, I'm not saying that it's alright by any means, but comparing to what was last year. Okay, fine. But Porzingis at draft night, he was booed by the fans. Even Stephen A. thought that they were hoodwinked by the Knicks, and look at what happened. Yeah, the Knicks did a pretty good job at drafting Kristaps Porzingis. I don't think anyone else was thinking of drafting Kristaps Porzingis. During the draft, it was all about Karl Anthony Towns, Jahlil Okafor, D'Angelo Russell, Justice Winslow, and all these guys. And I don't think that anyone had in their mind that Kristaps Porzingis was gonna go fourth overall in the draft. And it's turned out well. Actually, it's turned out well for the Knicks, because they at some point in the season they have more wins than losses, and he was doing everything that he could in order to help the Knicks win. Now you might say, "Oh, he's the answer for the Knicks to actually win a championship." Well, hold on there. He might be, the team might be better off, building around him, but that doesn't mean that he's gonna be a huge superstar. I mean, he might be a huge superstar, but remember, the future is uncertain. He might be a superstar in the future in 2 to 3 years from now. But then again, he could also stick with what he has right now with the average that he has. I'm not saying that's a bad average. I mean, that's a good average, and any day of the week. But they should look for a few more pieces here and there before they are actually a solid team. Now, before I end the video, let's just go into another topic of discussion. Let's just talk about the gameplay. There's not much time left in this video, so I'll just get it real quick. I was on fire to start up the game. Had the hot hand, made a few passes here and there, made a few assists. Then the second half started and I was out cold. I couldn't shoot the ball well. And the HUD, it was saying bad shot selection, even though it was a good shot. I had to go for the pick and roll and try to get a pass going. And in the end, I just couldn't get it going, and I just ended up failing. I just couldn't shoot in the second half. And that has been one of my problems. I have been failing to shoot at the second half. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If you want to see some more NBA 2K16 my career, just subscribe. See you guys next time.
You had the ball in your hands with a chance to win the game at the end, but you didn't come through. Do you feel like you let your team down?
Man, that was a tough way to lose a game, I had the W in my hands, and I just couldn't hit the shot. Man, these guys put their trust in me to make it happen, and I just didn't get the job done. That's a hard thing to stomach, man, especially for someone like me. I'll just have to do whatever it takes to earn their trust back and make sure if I'm in a situation to hit a shot like that again, that I'm able to knock it down next time.